Constraint-based sketching, coincident. So coincident can mean a couple of things. If we go to the coincident tool, it can mean a point to another point, or it can mean the actual line collinear with another line, and now we can't move that line. I can move the ends because the ends are still unconstrained, as you can see. If I now unfix this line, I can now drag that point, and as you can see, we've still got this collinear coincident constraint. Now with two lines, coincident also means collinear. So as you can see, the lines are now parallel with 0 offset distance between them. Also, I can constrain the curve end onto the curve with this point now collinear with this line. So if I now move this, as you can see, this happens. And if I now move this, and if I reposition the curve end, now when we create geometry, there is the options to have automatic create constraints. In this case, if we add a line to the end of this arc, by using the on-screen alignment helper graphics, you can see that by placing the endpoint, you get this parallel. So if I now complete the command, if we look at the icons that are informing us about what constraints that we've made, you can see I've made a tangency and I've also got this coincident point. This is demonstrated by, if I select, I can move and it moves, but if I select the end, I can then drag this around with the tangency shown. Another example, let's have a coincident constraint from a curve end to a curve, and again from a curve end to a spline this time. I will fix the spline, and if I now move the curve, you can see it's following nicely the path of the curve, and again this will follow nicely the path of the curve, but in this particular case it can actually come off the curve, although of course it's still connected to it. I'll just show you. As you can see, it's still connected. Now, when I was moving the line around, I noticed that in a certain position, tangency was automatically detected and established as a constraint. So let's check by turning on Show Constraints. And there you have tangency. So if you don't want that, you can right click and just delete. And now I can move my arc around again. Let's try and catch it again. There, it's caught it again. And there you see it. Right click on the icon, delete. And now you can move it back.